back this time for a little update on the HG Premier. So you would have seen in the last video we done on it about 3 weeks ago. So we picked up an engine and trans from a donor car that I sourced from a friend of mine. So a 186 with a 3-speed crunch box as well, which is exactly what this car come out with. So we ended up getting it home, went over it, gave it a good clean up. Didn't really realize until we got it home that this engine was actually pretty cooked. It was seized, ended up ripping the head off of it, tried to get it to turn over, and it's locked solid. So that's gone to shit now, and we ended up sourcing another engine instead. But yeah, take a look at this thing. It's charcoal black on the inside. It is cooked. So if anyone is looking for a standard bore 186 from a HG, you can have it for nothing. I'll throw in the cylinder head that came with the engine, and you can have it. But in the meantime, we ended up finding another front end, or another engine, sorry. Took the front end in out of this car to get sandblasted and powder coated, and ended up sourcing another engine that was all ready to go. 500 bucks, drop it in. It's had a couple of oil leaks. We've gone over it and given it a few new gaskets. Oil pump was leaking, and we've given it a new set of Welsh plugs in now as well. So a couple things left to finish off, but we'll take a good look over the car and you'll see that over the last 3 weeks, a bit more work's been happening rather than filming. So it's starting to look really good. The car runs, it's nice and sweet, it's mechanically sound, and we're getting close to finishing this thing off. So as you can see from the work that's been done, so it started to look $1 million now. All the satin black has been redone, and we've gone over the whole engine bay, re-zinced everything in new zinc bolts, all the carby linkages in gold, as kind of per factory. It's not concourse, like I said, but just slowly piecing it back together. Still need to fit up a master cylinder for the brake side of things, so the brakes will get an overhaul as well. But it's starting to look really good. We ended up using the radiator and the shroud from the donor car, which was good because we didn't have one of them. And so far so good, that's not leaking, which is good. We used the alternator as well, found a GM alternator. Just trying to keep it looking as factory as possible. The main aim, I guess, is just to get this thing back together going, make it mechanically sound and reliable as well. So someone can get in this car, drive it and cruise it and have some fun, because once this is all back together, finished, 100% sound, it will be up on the market. So if you're interested in an HG Prem, if you want to put a small block in it, do whatever you want, then this car is actually pretty well looked after. So not too much rust left in it, and not a lot of work to do for someone that wants a clean base to start with. So I've been tinkering away with it slowly, the engine bay wiring and things like that. It still needs to be finished off 100%. Still got to get the horn sitting in there and tidy up, obviously, around the firewall. But for now, it's getting really close. Fired it up today for the first time, and it's actually really good. started up the other day on the engine stand before we actually put it in the car, just to make sure it's got oil pressure and all that. So far so good. I had a couple of leaks, but we've sorted them out now. So just got to hook up the tail shaft this week after we pull the diff center out, as that's got a really bad leak. The diff's caked in heaps of old oil. So we're going to pull the center out. I'll whack a fresh gasket in that. The center can go back in it. And then we will get on to putting the tail shaft in it, and then hopefully hooking up the linkages once we can get the car over on the hoist and go over things underneath. But for now, we'll fire this thing up and you can hear it. It purrs like a kitten. It's nice and quiet. We ended up sourcing an exhaust off of another car which we picked up an engine from. It was off a HK, so it still had all the factory Holden exhaust to go on it. So we hooked that up, got it running. Slowly getting through all the old fuel that was in the tank. It stinks like really bad, so slowly starting to get the fresh fuel through it now, and it's starting to run really good. So we'll fire it up and you'll hear this thing, no throttle. See if it fires up with no fuel. Jinx me. Couple squirts. And idles, what a gem. Couple of weeks as well, just I ended up sourcing 2 genuine new old stock wheel arch molds, so that come from a YouTube comment, so thanks to reaching out. I ended up picking them up off of a guy in Mildura when I went over for the Holden Nationals, so kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone by doing that. They are, I think both of them are front passenger side front, so this one is a little bit damaged and it's been put on with rivets, so I'm going to clean or remove this one and fit the new one to the front guard, so that'll look all sweet. And then we'll come down to the back and you'll see like this one has previously been squashed. It's pretty mangled. Someone that's really good with stainless could probably repair it, but I'm going to probably obviously have to trim it back to suit the seal molds and get the front one to fit on the back, hopefully. So there's been a lot of work happening in the background, and I guess just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update as to what's been happening rather than filming every single minute of the day. It's really hard to keep track. Wanted to smash this one out quickly. Been working on Nick's Cortina as well, so that's moving along pretty good. Got the cage all cut out of that, but just chipping away on this one in the background while that one becomes a bit more of a priority. So we'll keep chipping away at the prem. Just want to clean it up cosmetically once we get it all mechanically running. Still got to fit some front springs to it as well. It's just got wood sitting in there at the moment. Can do that once it's over on the hoist. But for now, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update, see where the car's at, and hopefully by the next video, we take this thing for a drive and give it a good clean up. For the first time in probably, I think, 20 years, this thing will be on the road and driving. Cheers. Guys, thanks for tuning in once again. We're going to wrap the video up there. Just wanted to do a special thank you to all the people that have subscribed lately. It's been going really well. Hopefully approaching or can tick off the 5,000 mark by the next video maybe. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, and providing you guys with content of what's going on in the shed. It's really starting to move along well. So thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you all on the next one. Cheers.